Oh my gosh, what did we just watch?
I know!
Hey guys, how you all doing? The Wrestling Guy back here today, joined by the chairman of the board, and today we have our Crown Jewel review.
Yes! Here we go.
So this was a show that we were kind of on an alarm. Should we do a review on it? We've just watched it. We're 100% going to do a review on it.
We have to do a review on this.
Yeah,
I'm still buzzing. We have literally just turned the telly off to set this up straight away. We've got to get on. We've got to get this done. So yeah.
So hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Let us know down below what you guys thought of Crown Jewel. Who was your MVP of the night? We're going to tell you ours as the video goes on, so do stick around so you can find out who that is. Yeah. But really hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're going to break it all down for you guys as we normally do. Wow, what an amazing show this was.
Wow, the Crown Jewels over the years have had a lot of put downs. They've not been great, let's be honest. This one, wow, I don't know. I'm still lost for words at the moment.
Yeah.
This was fantastic. This was a great show.
It was really good.
A really good show. Let's break it all down. So we had a great little intro package to start off with Titus O'Neil. Really good start on there. We get all the usual fireworks, all the usual hubbub on there, and then we're opening the event with Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Now this could be a main event on any other pay-per-view, and this is the opener. This is the opening match. So what a cracking start on this one. So
you go into this one, you've got all these expectations about what you want to see. You want to see some F5s, you want to see some suplexes, you want to see some spears by Bobby Lashley, and that's exactly what we started with. A trifecta of spears from Bobby Lashley, taking the big guy out early. I say big guy, they're both big guys, but take Brock Lesnar out early. Yeah. What's a better way to get him than to blindside him? Yeah, at the end of the
absolutely
day,
fantastic. This was a really good match. Got some really strong offense from Bobby Lashley right from the start. Lesnar starts taking over there. We get some F5s. We get all the German suplexes, and it's really all firing out. We get the Bobby Lashley spear through the barricade. Yeah. That seems to be becoming a token move of Bobby Lashley's at the moment. Always gets a good pop from the crowd, so you can't complain about that. Yeah, all really good on there. We get a lovely bit of back and forth on here, some really good stuff on here. And what really surprised me, Bobby Lashley put the hurt lock on Brock Lesnar. Now, as soon as he did it, I turned around straight away to the wrestling guy and turned around and said, he's never going to get that on properly. Brock Lesnar's shoulders are far too big. And you saw him lock the fingers and he got it on there. And that really surprised me. That really did surprise me on
good.
there. So,
what I liked about this match as well is it was a typical kind of cat and mouse game from the beginning. It was very much Bobby Lashley was in control for the majority of the match. And you could see Brock Lesnar was feeling the pressure. He was feeling the... And we heard, I'm sure this is going to turn into the meme, the whole, I want to quit, I'm not going to quit, which we did have a chuckle at. I'm sure the internet are going to have some fun with that.
That did make me laugh, that bit, that was really good on there. But it just showed that Brock Lesnar was determined, Brock Lesnar was not going to go down without a fight. I thought they were probably going to do possibly a pass-out finish. And Bobby Lashley picks up the win. When all of a sudden we get Brock Lesnar goes for the corner, does the flip over that we've seen many times. The most popular one being the Bret Hart Roddy Piper match from WrestleMania. Doesn't quite go right. Lesnar doesn't quite get himself right the way over to hold Lashley down, but it is still enough for the 3 count. And we get our first winner of the night, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and I think this was a good way of finishing it as well, because you kind of going into this match, you've got 2 guys that could easily a loss for either of these guys could kind of tarnish their path to the goal. So it was kind of a good way of kind of protecting both of them.
It was because the ending looked a little bit kind of didn't quite go quite right, but it lays up the opportunity that they can have a rematch. There's always the opportunity around in a second match. I am not going to complain at all if they turn around and say, right, a Survivor Series, we're going to do Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley again. I would quite happily sit and watch these 2 wrestle again. So it gave that kind of this could possibly set up for another one on there. And at the same time, it didn't make Bobby Lashley look bad, the fact that he got beaten on there. But yeah, all in all, a really good start on this one. In regards to our predictions, you picked Brock Lesnar, and I didn't. I picked Bobby Lashley, so that's a big 0 for me. and a 1 for the wrestling guy already. So
good start. Good
yeah,
start.
he's off to a good start on there already.
And a good start to the show.
Yeah, really good start. And, just wanted to say also, the presentation, absolutely fantastic. The stage looked beautiful. I love the stage. I love that the crown jewel shape that they use on there. I think that all works really well. Lovely big stage on there as well. The graphics look fantastic. Lots of opportunity for them to get all that out as well. More of that we're going to discuss later on as well. Definitely. So, but yeah, all really good. Really good start. Really happy with this already. And then we kick into our second match.
Yeah, our second match of the evening would be Asuka and Alexa Bliss versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, so Asuka and Alexa Bliss picked up the women's tag team titles on Raw, which was a bit of a surprise. We weren't expecting that. Then we hear during the week that they are going to get a rematch at Crown Jewel, which was a nice surprise. Unfortunately, we already shot our predictions video before that, so we didn't get a chance to pick on this one. But we did both agree before the event started that we were both going to go with Damage Control. Yeah. We were because we are big fans of Damage Control. We love Bayley, we love Io Sky, and we love Dakota Kai. So yeah, they were our pick for this one. And this was a good match. I really enjoyed this one. I'm really happy that they did add this one to the card as well. The first thing I am going to say, the women's outfits, beautiful, absolutely fantastic. Obviously, because it's Saudi Arabia, they have to wear the full body suits on there, and they all looked amazing. The wardrobe,
great job,
fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, great job. And before we even get into the match, we have to mention the little moment before where Alexa Bliss is being interviewed
Yes.
Before she comes out, and the Bray Wyatt logo pops up on the screen and kind of distracts her for a moment, and she's kind of like, oh.
I love that. I popped a little bit for that. In all honesty, guys, I seriously popped a little bit for that. I got a bit too excited about that because at the moment, as much as I love Alexa Bliss and I love Alexa Bliss, I think she's amazing. I do feel like her character has slightly lost its way at the moment, and that little hint, that little suggestion that maybe we are going to see the Alexa Bliss that we had during the Fiend era. Oh, please do that. I would love that. I would love it. So,
definitely. Now this match, in terms of the actual match itself, very much an emotional roller coaster for us. This one. All credits where credit's due. Alexa Bliss and Asuka dominated the majority of this match. In terms of tag team offense, you can't really expect any more from them, really. They
put on some fantastic tag team moves together. For two women that have been together as a tag team for a short amount of time, they were really good. They put some lovely moves together. Yeah. There was the one I particularly liked was the one where they drove her down into Alexa Bliss's knees when she was on the floor. That was really good. I really liked
the Bulldog into the knees.
Bulldog into the knees. I really liked that, and I liked the double sort of butt stuff that they did onto the rope. The double heel attack onto the ropes. Really liked that as well. These two seem to have gelled together really well.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, Damage Control, amazing. Dakota Kai for me is in this match was the one that I was keeping my eye on the most because her the way she was in the press conference yesterday, I was buzzing. I thought she carried that press conference yesterday. Going into this match, I did have high expectations from Damage Control, and in all fairness, they did what they needed to do. Yeah. They did exactly what they needed to do in this match.
This was a really nicely paced match as well. Yeah. They had Bliss and Asuka took the start. Had some good offense in there. We then get the turnaround where we get Damage Control taking the offense. We then get that nice mix where they're both getting that offense and defense and working backwards and forwards. And then it all builds up nicely. It's all building up really nicely. We had the Tower of Doom suplex, which was really good on there as well. All really competitive all the way through. And then we get Alexa Bliss go up to the top to do the Twisted Bliss. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get Nikki Cross.
Yes. A real surprise that was. It really was a surprise. I'm intrigued as to where this is going
Yeah.
forward, because obviously Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross do have that history together.
Yeah, former tag partners. Former tag champions.
Yeah, tag champions. So, I wonder what that's going to mean going forward as well.
Well, it's really good because obviously we saw that change in Nikki's character on Raw. So we know that that's all changed around. All really, really good on there. She distracts Alexa Bliss and knocks her down. And then it paves the way for Dakota Kai to get the pin, and Damage Control regain the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, very happy about this. I am excited to see what they've got planned for these two going forward, and also what they've got planned for Alexa Bliss and Asuka as well. Because they've really kind of opened my eyes on this one. Yeah. Two great individual wrestlers, putting them together. Initially, I wasn't sure it's going to work, but they've proved me wrong tonight. So well done, ladies. Great job.
Absolutely brilliant. And what I'm really liking at the moment as well under Triple H's regime is that the women are getting decent match time. They're getting a decent length of match to be able to tell a story. The match has a beginning, a middle, and an end. They're getting to put in all their different moves. They're getting to tell their story. They're getting their opportunity, and I really, really like that with the Triple H. During the show, I was saying to the wrestling guy that I just think that the women's division just seems to be getting bigger and bigger and better. It's just going from strength to strength, and I think Triple H has had a lot to do with that. There's a lot of the women that he knows from the NXT days that he's brought in. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, well done, girls. That was an absolutely cracking match. Thoroughly enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
So that leads on then to the third match of the night, and that one was Karrion Kross versus Drew McIntyre inside a steel cage.
Yes, really, really good. Great start to the show. Two great matches going into this third one. Oh, this was tasty. This was
tasty. And talking of tasty for a moment, can I just say, Scarlett?
I knew that was going to take it off.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. She looked absolutely stunning. The outfit was amazing. The makeup was fantastic. I loved all the little spikes that she had round by the eyes. She looked absolutely phenomenal. Karrion Kross looks great as well. Drew looks fantastic. They both look in really good shape as well. Karrion Kross's entrance, I think, is probably the best entrance in wrestling at the moment. It's just fantastic. The drama, the intrigue to it all, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's good. Some great spots in this match. The superplex was absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
There were some moments in there you thought both guys were going to end up getting away with the victory here.
Yeah. What I do like about these two guys as well is that they throw really good punches, and they really react well as well. Their strikes look really, really realistic. They look really effective.
Yeah.
When the two of them hit each other, it looks brutal. And that's what you want from two big guys. You want them to look brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, some really, really good stuff on there.
And as the match progresses, you do think either guy could actually pick up the win here. You automatically kind of get this feeling in your head that because Karrion Kross has got Scarlett there, that he's gonna get the victory. And that's why I really, really liked the ending to this match, because it looked like Scarlett had kind of screwed it for Drew McIntyre again.
Yes.
It's going to be the second match in a row that Drew McIntyre is going to lose it. We saw the pepper spray as well again. So
I did also like the fact she pepper sprayed the official outside as well. I thought that was brilliant. I really, really liked that.
Yeah, it was great. And like I said, she put the padlock on the door to stop Drew getting out. Said, what does Drew do? You can climb over the top. It's a steel cage. Yeah. So over the top goes McIntyre. Yeah. And they do the run to the door from Karrion Kross, and he's kind of that who's going to get out first type thing. And what I did really like is, although Drew McIntyre picked up the victory here, the commentators did play on the fact that Scarlett may have cost Karrion Kross the win. Yes. So I'm wondering where that's going.
That was interesting because there was a point, because at the point after the match, it was they were kind of Kross was sort of knelt down by the steps, and Scarlett was with him, and he was shouting, and he was kind of like almost shouting at her kind of thing, and that was an interesting little bit there. Is it going to start to cause a little bit of a rift between the two of them?
Yeah.
We will wait and see. This has to be setting up for another one, I would have thought.
Yeah. One win apiece. There's got to be that.
There's got to be
third one.
that rubber match, that deciding match that takes it all. So, but yeah, really, really good. Two big boys beating the bejesus out of each other in a steel cage. I'm not going to complain about that. Really, really liked it. Really hope that they were going to get a third match as well. Yeah. On this one, we both went with Karrion Kross, so we both struck out on that one. So zeros on that one. Still 1-0 to the wrestling guy on this one. So coming up next, we have the 6-man tag. We have the Judgment Day versus the OC.
Now, this was the match I think we can both say going into Crown Jewel. This was the one we were looking forward to the most. We're both big fans of the Judgment Day, and we're both big fans of the OC. So this was going to be a difficult one for us to call. And I think that personally, this match lived up to all of his expectations.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Completely. Absolutely fantastic job.
So let's start with the intros first of all. Dominic, Finn, Damien, and of course Rhea Ripley coming out of the Judgment Day. They looked fantastic. They looked really, really good. I loved their ring gear as well. Rhea Ripley looked amazing. And I'm also just going to say the bit about the hair as well. When they were saying about Rhea Ripley had her hair done, and she said to Michael Cole, "Do you like my hair?" And he said, "Yeah." And she said, "I've done it in honor of the late great Beth Phoenix." And I thought, oh, that's brilliant. That's that little bit more storytelling, that little bit of see, this is what I love, the little details that they're putting in. And Rhea Ripley is fantastic at doing all these little details. She's really, really good at peppering it all through. So yeah, they all look great. The only little tiniest little nickel that I've got with the Judgment Day with their ring gear is I wish they would put some purple on Dominic's gear, just so he matches up with the purple in the rest of their ring gear, or even just some little studs like to match up with the other gear. The only other thing as well, I really wish that Finn Balor had come down to the ring in that studded mask that he had at Extreme Rules, because that was gorgeous, and I think it creates a fantastic effect. I would have loved to have seen him wearing that. But yeah, they all look really, really good. Then we get the OC come out, AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, all in their matching gear as well. They look great. The wardrobes for this event were absolutely fantastic on there. So yeah, but two really good teams, and both teams will be really, really nice.
Yeah. This match was good. It didn't go off. It didn't kind of go all guns blazing too quickly. It kind of had a steady pace to start, kind of gradually working its way through the different members. Big shout out to Damian Priest actually in this match as well. I thought Damian Priest put in a fantastic performance in this match.
To be honest, I think it's one of Damian Priest's best performances in the Judgment Day. And I think sometimes people forget about Damian Priest in it because the focus has been so much on Dominic or on Finn or on Rhea, and people forget that they have Damian Priest there as well. And he's really, really good. And still a young guy as well. There's so much potential for him going forward in the future as well. And the thing is, it all matched up really, really well with the OC as well, because you had the height of Priest versus the height of Gallows. You had the wrestling skills and technique of Carl Anderson going up against the young and inexperienced Dominic. And then obviously you get the two leaders. You've got Finn and you've got AJ going up.
Which was the one that the fans were clearly.
You could tell people were itching to wait for that moment when they were going to get in the ring together. And when they got into the ring together, my God, did they start throwing some stuff at each other.
Yeah. So really good match all the way through. The superplex what was it? The double blockbuster.
The superplex and the double electric chair.
Yeah, double electric chairs.
And they hit the precision. They hit that all at the same time as well.
That was brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic. We got a Pele as well. We had a Pele out of AJ Styles. I love a Pele. Yeah, all really, really good on there. Some really good stuff on there. Really back and forth. Did not know which way this one was going to go. As I said in our preview video, there was always going to be that X factor there. That X factor, of course, Rhea Ripley out on ringside, and of course she finally she interferes. She grabs AJ's leg. That gives Finn Balor the chance to take him out, hit the coup de grace and pick up the win. And that coup de grace was brutal as well. Wow. God, that one looked like that was hard. Really good on there. Love this match. Really, really solid on there. I've got no complaints about this match at all. The guys came out on top, of course, were Judgment Day. And Judgment Day at the moment, they just seem to be going from strength to strength to strength. And I want them to keep building that. They have. I think Judgment Day need to be the Raw equivalent of the Bloodline. So they need to have that dominance on Raw. And this was really, really good. Really pleased with this one.
Yeah, definitely. This has got to be setting up for another match, surely. I wouldn't be surprised.
Would not be surprised if we get something like this at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So, and I really hope that maybe they're going to look at that, doing that 5-on-5 format before. Maybe just add some people to each team or whatever. But all really, really good on there. I just want to say on it, what actually really surprised me as well, Michael Cole made reference to Bullet Club, the fact that they'd all been in Bullet Club, and he also made reference to the fact that Carl Anderson is the Never Open champion as well, which really surprised me. It's like, that really surprised me, the fact that they were making all these New Japan references on there as well. Again, this is another sign that Vince McMahon has gone, and that they can finally talk about the other things that go on outside of just the WWE. So but it was absolutely fantastic. So, but really, really good on that one. Now, of course, on that match, you went with
UFC,
and I went with Judgment Day.
Yep.
So chalk one up to the chairman. So that makes it 1-1. So moving on.
But it's not one and done.
Not
we've got
one
a
and
couple
done.
more matches
We've
left.
still got a bit to go. Coming up next, then we had the Battle of the Giants. The one match that, in all honesty, we kind of weren't looking particularly forward to, but we got it. It was Monster versus Giant. We had Omos versus Braun Strowman.
Yeah, so let's just start by the entrances. From the moment that Omos came out, I was more invested in this match than I was previously. Omos looked great. I loved the attire.
Yeah.
The hooded kind of. It reminded me of kind of like a knight's chain. It's kind of look with the chainmail type thing. Great, really enjoyed it.
Again, hats off to the wardrobe department. Again, absolutely fantastic. I love the symbol that they had on the front, the Omos symbol on the front. I thought that was really, really good. That's got to be a T-shirt.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So he did that was a great start for me. It instantly kind of got me more invested in this match. Braun Strowman comes out, usual Braun Strowman fashion, rips a T-shirt, is ready to go.
And the Saudi crowd love Braun Strowman, don't they?
Yeah. Now, what I liked about this is they put a lot of emphasis on kind of the height difference, and we saw at the start of the match it was kind of it was a standoff. It had kind of Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant type kind of feel with the way they were standing off and kind of taking in all of the fans' energy. It kind of had that thing. It's very rare that you see Braun Strowman look small, and this was one of those occasions.
Yeah, and in all fairness, Braun Strowman was getting picked up and thrown about and slammed, and all the stuff that he would do to his smaller opponents, he was having done to him. And fair play to him, he took a lot of of slams.
Yeah, he did. And one thing we did say about this match is we were really impressed with Omos' performance. You look at the matches he had before, like very recently he had this match with Bobby Lashley, and he has moved up leaps and bounds from that. His selling's a lot better, his moves are a lot better, he knows how to kind of work with the crowd a lot better. I was really impressed with Omos in this.
Yeah, I was. There was a lot of moments in the ring where he was jaw jacking, he was mouthing off towards the crowd, mouthing off towards the camera and everything else, and that has improved. That has improved greatly. It was all really, really good on there. His offensive moves all looked strong. They all looked dominant. He looked really, really strong on there. And he was really sort of taking it to Braun Strowman, which is really good. I mean, it gave Omos the opportunity to show what he can actually do as a giant, because in the past we've had a lot of giants in the company. We've had your Giant Gonzalez, we've had the Great Khali's, and they're always kind of slow and not particularly athletic, and it's kind of difficult to get a good match out of them. Omos is still young. He's 28, I think, something like that. So he's still a young guy on there. And he's got some build to him. He looks athletic, and he showed that there's lots of stuff he can do. Still struggling with getting him over the top rope though.
Yeah.
That seems to be a thing with his. Whenever they try and sort of clothesline him over the top rope, they still can't get him quite over on that. But yeah, I thought it was really this was interesting. It gave Omos to show a lot of potential of what he could actually do. Yeah. And it was good to see Braun Strowman have that kind of challenge for a change.
Yeah. Our only niggle with this match was the finish. We kind of had I'm quite happy to say a dominant performance by Omos in this match. Omos controlled the pace of a lot of this match. He was very much in control of Braun Strowman. and then it takes one running power slam for Strowman to get the 1, 2, 3. And this kind of caught us both on the hop, really, weren't we? Because we weren't expecting it to be the finish. We were kind of thinking, this could just be the beginning of where Strowman starts getting a bit of offense in this match.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Omos was going to kick out of it. We might get another couple of minutes out of it, maybe another couple of slams or whatever. Just so that Strowman has to just emphasise that it's taken that much to put Omos down. For all of the good that the match was doing to build Omos off as this strong contender, this guy that's learning his craft and is being able to put all these moves together, just the fact that he got pinned after just one move just kind of undid some of that for me. I'm hoping that maybe will mean that we'll set up for another match. I'm hoping we might get a rematch on this and hopefully do something sort of kind of similar, but Omos actually kicks out and then we get a bit more going on and see what happens there. But yeah, it was I would say for the event it was probably the weakest match of the event, but it was still a solid match.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree.
So not bad on there. On this one, unfortunately, I picked Omos. I was predicting this was going to be a launching pad for his career, so I picked up on Omos, so that's a 0 for me. The wrestling guy, Braun Strowman, so he's on 2. I got the 1, so the wrestling guy goes back ahead again. So
yeah, but we're still not done yet, because coming up next we have got the Usos versus the Brawling Brutes for the undisputed Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I've been looking forward to. So yeah, always exciting to see Jimmy and Jay in the ring. They are fantastic. We would probably go so far as to say they're probably one of the best tag teams out there at the moment. That could be argued with FTR, Aussie Open. There's a few really good tag teams out there at the moment, but I think at the moment the Usos just got it on that slightly higher level on there. Up against the Brawling Brutes, Butch and Ridge Holland. Really like both of these guys as well. The change in them since they've put them together with Sheamus has been great. Thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah, so that's all exciting on there. Was kind of surprised on this one though that the Usos did not come out with Solo Sikoa. I thought maybe Solo Sikoa was going to be out with them, so that was a bit of a surprise on that one. We obviously knew that Sami Zayn wasn't going to be there, so that one wasn't too much of a surprise. But it did make it a nice proper tag team match 2-on-2 rather than having all the interference going on.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I liked. I said going into this match I wanted it to be the opportunity for two teams to just have a tag match without any real interference. So that was quite nice to kind of see. And this match was excellent. I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
Yeah, all really good on there. I think this match had some really good back and forth on this one. We keep saying about the back and forth in these matches. This one, it seemed like it would be a minute of Usos, a minute of Brutes, a minute of Usos, a minute of Brutes. It was like neither team could kind of get full control of them against the other one. There was a nice back and forth on this one, solid all the way through on there. Every guy put in their performance on this match as well. Everybody had their opportunity to do something. Just a quick shout out to Ridge Holland for doing the Beats of the Baron for Sheamus as well. That was really nice. And the white noise as well was a lovely touch on there as well. Really liked all that. The one thing that they did pick up on at the start was also that Jay Uso or was it Jimmy? It was Jay. Jay wasn't it?
It was Jay, yeah.
Jay Uso had the bandage on his arm, and they were saying that they were checking him out for a possible broken wrist. And then they also said, obviously, that if that is in place, he will still be looking to defend the titles on SmackDown against the New Day if they were successful in retaining. So whether that's legit, whether that's story, I don't know. By the sense of it, it possibly is legit. We hope that if it is, that they get all that sorted out. But all really good on there. This obviously gave the Brutes obviously something to attack as well. You did see Butch going for the arm quite a few times as well, which was really, really, really good on there. And it looked like maybe that at one point that might be the weakness. That might be the one thing that may finally get the Usos to drop the titles. All went through on there. All really good. Lovely back and forth on there. A few times where we actually thought the Brutes were going to win it. Which was really, really good on there. The Usos finally picked up the win via probably the biggest 1D I've ever seen. That was fantastic.
I do love the 1D. The 1D is great. You can't be an Uso frog splash as well.
No.
The Uso splash is just...
Yeah. Frog splashes, super kicks everywhere as well. Yeah,
oh, super kicks galore.
Yeah.
This. At one point, I thought I'd go and check them for a concussion because they were super kicking like crazy.
Super kicking like crazy. At one point they were the Young Bucks at one point, but some great super kicks in there as well. I'd say that 1D,
it's great.
Fantastic. Yeah, really effective on there. The winners of the match and still your tag team champions, the Usos.
Fantastic. I don't think you can take anything away from the Brawling Brutes, though they put in a valiant performance on this one. If they were in a position where they were going to split the tag belts up, I would like to see the Brawling Brutes be up there for a shot at the SmackDown Tag Team titles. So, keep an eye on the Brawling Brutes. I think they could be... Could be something in the future.
I'm hoping that with the tag titles as well as with the world titles, I hope we get to a point where they are going to split them back up again, so we get a set on Raw and a set on SmackDown. If that's the case, I would love to see the Brawling Brutes holding one set of those belts because they put in a great performance. They would deserve it as well. Like I said, the change that's gone on since they joined them up with Sheamus has been fantastic. All really good. I love the fact that Triple H is letting Butch be a bit more Pete Dunne, which is really good. And Ridge Holland, I think he kind of didn't have any direction for a while. Putting him with these guys has been a touch of genius on there. So all really good. So on this one, in terms of predictions, I went with the Brawling Brutes. I was really expecting that maybe we were going to get that final title change. So I'm sticking on just 1 point, unfortunately for me.
The wrestling goes on 3.
Yeah, the wrestling guy picked the Usos correctly, so he's on 3 and I'm on 1. We've only got 2 matches left to go. The next one coming up is for the Raw Women's Championship. We have champion Bianca Belair going up against the challenger Bayley in a last woman standing match.
Again, before we get into this match, the attires were absolutely brilliant. Bayley looked absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I loved Bayley's look, and Bianca Belair always looks great.
Yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic.
The colours really suit her as well. She looks amazing.
And I feel like we've said this in every match we've called so far. Back and forth. Back and forth.
I've loved this about so much of the matches. There's been no like dominant person throughout them. They've been lovely back and forth. The storytelling in the matches has been great. We knew that these two could put together a great match anyway. We've seen it time and time again. So.
And the creativity in it as well. Those moments where you thought, like, seeing something a bit different. Like, that's what I find with these last man stand, these last woman standing matches. It's always very much the same, isn't it? It's always very much the same thing. So we saw Bayley trapping her in the ring steps. We saw the use of the ladders and the kendo sticks and the chairs. We saw something a little bit different. The golf
cart as well.
The golf cart. It's always nice to see something a little bit more refreshing with these matches because they can get very samey.
Yes.
So it's good to see something a little bit different, and we saw plenty of this match. It was great.
For me, this match really worked. These two know how to put on a good match together. There is no qualms about that.
Yeah.
The matches we've seen them have in the past have been great. This one, just took it up another level for me. I thought this was really good. Some really good moments in this. Some lovely 8s and 9 counts on here as well, which is what you want for you want that for a last man or woman standing match. You want to see some close counts on there. So all really good on there. Nice use of the weapons as well. The chair's got a good batter in. The kendo stick got obliterated at one point as well. That was great. The golf cart was a lot of fun as well. I really liked all that as well. All really good on there. And then we got the finish, which was very unique.
It was, it was interesting because throughout the match we were saying we were just screaming at the TV for damage control to come out and help Bayley. In a way, I'm kind of glad that they didn't.
Yes.
Because this match was very much about these two women together and what they could do together, and it was brilliant. And I think if damage control had come out and kind of interfered, it would have just taken away what made this match special.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, which was the two women that were actually in it. Yeah. I absolutely agree with that. So Bianca Belair traps Bayley in the ladder and then pushes the end of the ladder underneath the rope, which was really clever.
Yeah, it was clever.
I really liked that. And Bailey couldn't get back out, couldn't answer the 10 count, so we get the winner of your match and still Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair is starting to turn into Roman Reigns at the minute.
Yes.
You're starting to think who can actually take it off of her.
Yeah.
What is it with these champions and WWE at the moment?
I don't know. Couple of moments I just wanted to quickly point out as well. The bit where Kaylee was the bit where Bailey lost the kendo stick and it flew out of the ring and it landed on top of the barricade and just balanced there and it just seemed to stay there for ages. That made us laugh. It was actually quite amusing, and at one point we were saying that if that happened in the 2K22 game, you would talk about what a terrible glitch that was, because the chances of the kendo stick bouncing and landing on top of the barricade and just staying flat like that was remote. But that did tickle us for a moment. That was funny on there, especially when the kid tried to touch it and security told him to leave it.
What I liked as well, just going back quickly about the attires, is the fact that Damage Control, they were a team. They looked the same. Yes. They had the same gear. They had the Damage Control logo on the back. They had the same style of gear. That is what a group should be.
Yeah.
That is what a group should be. So
again, like I was saying before about the Judgment Day, you have to have those little things that make the team look like a team, and that really worked for me as well. Also, we haven't even mentioned it yet. I wanted to give a quick shout out as well to the drone operators as well.
Oh yeah.
The drone stuff that they were doing was absolutely incredible. The lips with the hair coming out at the end on it for Bianca was really, really good on there.
Damage Control logo was
the damage control logo was phenomenal, and especially with the way they made it, they can make it do that little flicker as well was really, really good. Drew McIntyre's sword was really good as well.
Came across his hourglass. Oh my gosh, that was great.
Absolutely brilliant on there. And then we had on that one for our predictions we both picked Bailey. So we didn't get anything on that one, unfortunately. We were a bit surprised because we did think maybe this was going to be Damage Control picking up all the belts.
It's a shame as well because I don't think that Bailey's going to get another shot now. I think that it's going to be someone else's turn now.
I would have thought it'll move on, but I am wondering whether maybe they'll do something in War Games.
Possibly.
For Survivor Series.
Possibly.
They did a women's War Games.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they have Bianca. Bianca has the experience of being in there, and so does Io Sky.
This could be the opportunity.
This
could be the opportunity of having Damage Control recruiting some new members as well, because obviously it's going to be 5-on-5. So
and also we had obviously that incident with Nikki Cross earlier in the night with Alexa. So
could Nikki Cross be the next challenger?
So maybe she could go in there. I don't know, but we will see on there. So before the main event, we are currently on 3 for the wrestling guy and only 1 for the chairman going into the last match. So unfortunately I can't win this one, so it looks like you've already won on this one. But before we talk about the last match, let's talk about Bray Wyatt.
Yes, let's talk about Bray Wyatt. Wow. You want to know how to keep you want to know how to keep the fans kind of on their toes. You bring Bray Wyatt out. We do have to apologise for the fireworks. It is bonfire night when we're recording this, so apologies for any background noise.
We want to get this out to you straight away because we're still pumped about the event.
But Bray Wyatt, he makes an impact on everybody that he kind of touches verbally. He completely has the fans under some kind of spell at the moment with what he's doing. It's great.
He's amazing. He doesn't have to do a wrestling move. Doesn't have to do anything.
No, we haven't even seen him in the ring yet.
By him, which is amazing. We get the door open, that creepy door opening, which is.
I'm really hoping that's going to be part of his entrance because I think it's great.
Really
it really helps build up that suspense.
We see the lantern appear. We get that music coming through as well. The new music as well. Love it. Absolutely love it.
For the promo that Bray Wyatt did in the ring, it kind of almost feels like we're getting it in chapters at the moment. We're kind of getting on SmackDown. We've had chapter 1, which was kind of him introducing himself, the pure Bray Wyatt. None of the character, just pure Bray Wyatt. Then we kind of saw him kind of opening up about that a little bit more and talking about is slightly darker, how he's not afraid to do bad things to people. Then we kind of see, then we saw the introduction of Uncle Heldy last week on SmackDown. This week on SmackDown, we see an even more enraged kind of Bray Wyatt towards a crew member. Where is this going? Where is this going?
I don't know. I really don't know. But at the moment, I am enjoying the journey.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the journey. I think a lot of people are kind of getting to that point now. Like, when are we going to see Bray Wyatt? When are we going to see him in the ring? When are we going to see him doing something? Whatever. So at the moment, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the cinematography. I'm enjoying the whole journey that we're being taken on. To me, this is like a play, and we're just slowly being introduced into this story, this new character, all of this going on. I don't want to rush it. Keep slow feeding it. Just drip it in, drip, just when we get to that moment. I think that will create more of an impact when we get to that moment. But yeah, we get all the promo about Bray, about his family. Talks about his family and about how he needs to be the greatest, and then he's got to be greater than that. And then he stops, and then he dons the mask, and we get all the stuff where he's talking about wearing a mask, which is a reference to the Fiend and everything else on there. And then obviously we get that flickering on the screen, and we see that image of Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, and something that people are starting to pick up on now. The other masked character we saw at the beginning as well, because it's not just Uncle Howdy. It's that who is this other person as well?
Yeah.
Is this Bray Wyatt or is this someone completely different? We haven't actually heard from him yet, so we'll see what happens.
I hope it's Bo. I really hope it's Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
I'd love it to be Bo Dallas. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting all this kind of imagery, all these different bits of story coming in. I love it. Absolutely love it. But yeah, just keep dripping it in. To keep it nice and slow is wonderful. Absolutely love it. So then we came up to the main event of the evening. Now, this main event was kind of a controversial one. People were thinking that this was making the event look weak. People were thinking this wasn't going to be that strong a main event. But let's head into it. We have Roman Reigns defending the undisputed Universal Championship against Logan Paul.
Yes. I am over the moon with this match. We'll break it all down from the beginning. Logan Paul did a fantastic job with his entrance.
Love that. Brilliant.
The same look as we've seen before, but I like it. I like the yellow and the yellow and black. It looks really good. He does a great job with it.
It's a really great look.
And obviously Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. He doesn't need to do anything different. He is the head of the table. He's the top of the company. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
I love it. What I love about Roman Reigns' entrance is that he just takes his time.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
He's in control. He is in control.
I'm in control. I'll get to the ring when I want to get
He controls the pace. He controls the fans. He controls Logan Paul. Absolutely. As he said a couple of weeks ago, he controls WWE, and you can't argue with it at the minute.
No.
So yeah,
all really, really good on there. And then we get into Roman Reigns gets into the ring. We get through all the introductions and everything else, and then the match sets off. Nice slow pace on there to start off with. We get that little bit of back and forth on there. We get a few lockups, powering out, things like that. We get all that lovely little bit on there when we start to see things just start to pick up a bit, get a little bit bigger, get a little bit more intense. We see some surprise takedowns by Logan Paul. We actually see some proper wrestling. Some actual proper wrestling moves on there. All really, really good on there. Then we get the headlock down and just get that little breather, that little bit of a moment to that little rest hold, just so they can all catch their breath and get them and build it all, and then they slowly build it all back up again.
Yeah, intensity all the way through.
Yeah,
this had Clash at the Castle vibes for me. Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns vibes. Roman Reigns is a master of close calls. In terms of close kickouts. Yeah, I've never seen anything quite like it. He is.
It reminds me of Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle used to be able to do it. And Kurt, like you could literally leave it to 2 9/10 before you even see that shoulder move. You can leave it that close.
I mean, and Logan Paul. My respect for this guy. It was high already, but it's kind of quadrupled, even higher. Some of the moves we saw. A beautiful blockbuster. 2 absolutely fantastic frog splashes. One through the table and obviously one in the ring as well. Montez Ford, take some notes, mate.
I can say Montez Ford, step aside. Like you can do a frog splash hold Logan Paul's beer. He's gonna do a better one for you.
And he can do it with his phone in his hand. Try and beat that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely brilliant on there. And then obviously there was also the big bit that we both really sort of flipped out for as well was the buckshot lariat-esque clothesline from Logan Paul as well. Adam Page, watch out because that move's being taken from you because he made that look absolutely brilliant. This was fantastic. The back and forth in this match was brilliant. Roman Reigns made it look like at times he was legit going to get beaten.
One thing that I picked up on as well was when Logan Paul hit that one lucky punch and then he followed it up with that Superman punch. Roman Reigns sold that like a demon.
Oh yeah.
Like he looked like he'd genuinely been struck with it, and that he was wobbling on the ropes and he kind of fell to the ground, and the look on the camera shot was perfect because it kind of showed his face and you kind of thought it kind of looked like he was dazed and that, oh my gosh, Logan Paul actually has knocked him out, take advantage.
And that was the great thing about this match. There were so many times where people were saying, and even we said it on the predictions video, we turned around and said it's a foregone conclusion, Roman Reigns is going to keep the title, whatever. But there were moments in the match where you thought, hang on a minute, maybe he's not. Maybe this is actually going to change. And we were getting more and more excited. And as the match went on, we were kind of like, I don't care if Roman Reigns loses this now. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, like, come on, Logan. Like, you're doing absolutely amazing. For a guy this was his third wrestling match, absolutely phenomenal. This guy has got a talent. This guy has a natural talent. I really, really hope that he sticks with this. I really hope that wrestling is going to become a part of his life, and he's going to carry on with this. I really hope this isn't kind of I've had my moment, I'm going to go off and do something else, which is what he's done in the past, boxing, things like that. I really hope that he will sit down with Triple H and he will say, I want to be a WWE superstar. I was saying to the wrestling guy during the match, if he's not going to win the big one, I would love to see him carry a smaller title. Yeah. If they put a US title or an IC title on him, I would love to watch that. I would love to see him work with that. Really, really good throughout. I'd love to see who his next opponent's going to be as well. I can see so much with it. He has a gift, and I really hope that WWE take it to its full potential.
Yeah.
But this match, phenomenal. Back and forth all the way through. Some really, really good moments in it. It was really, really strong. We get the interference from the Usos coming down. They attack his friends, and then we get Jake Paul come down as well and knocks them both out. Really, really good on there. Then we get Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa comes down. We get the moment where the Jake Paul and Solo Sikoa are eyeing each other up. Logan Paul gets back into the ring, gets hit with the Superman punch. Roman Reigns hits him with a fierce looking spear. 1, 2, 3, winner of the match, and still undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, we would not have complained in the slightest if Logan Paul had somehow done it and then somehow picked it up, because he was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. If I will bet any money that he went backstage to a standing ovation. I will bet they were up on their feet for him because he was absolutely great. Brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely brilliant.
Definitely someone that I'm going to be keeping my eye on. I've had faith in Logan Paul since he came in. I know a lot of wrestling fans are he's very Marmite with a lot of wrestling fans at the minute. You either love him or you hate him type thing. I personally love him. I know Chen personally loves him as well.
Yes.
So, and like I said, my respect has shot up to the moon for him after this match.
Absolutely phenomenal. A great way to finish a very, very good event.
Yeah,
very, very good event. Absolutely fantastic. Some brilliant presentation in there. The video presentations were all really good. The drones are fantastic. They do a wonderful job with that. I really hope that WWE pick up on that and start doing some of that in the US as well.
100%.
Seeing that more of that at some of their shows would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
The computer graphics they put up are always good as well. I love like the Judgment Day intros and the Bloodline intros and all that are all really, really good on there. Presentation wise, absolutely spot on. Video package is excellent. All really good on there. Wardrobe was fantastic as well. Yeah. All in all, this was a really, really good show for a crown jewel event. This was absolutely
fantastic, and you've got to give Triple H his due. I think he 4 of 4 at the minute for his premium live events. I mean, there hasn't been a single bad one. It kind of seems to just top itself each time, and there's something a little bit different with each one. WWE is great at the minute.
Absolutely brilliant.
It's I tell you what, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. It is a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Definitely. I'm going to finish this off with 3 final questions for you. Okay.
Okay.
Question number 1.
Yeah.
Match of the night.
Logan Paul, Roman Reigns.
100% agree on that.
Yeah.
100% agree on that.
100%.
Question 2. MVP of the night. Who do you think was the most valuable person on that night?
Logan Paul.
Again, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And I would quite happily argue that with anybody. That's not a cue to start going on one in the comments, but yeah, 100%. Logan Paul, MVP of the night, 100%.
Excellent. Third and final question. Would you want to see a Roman Reigns Logan Paul rematch?
110%. Sign it here, sign the dotted line. Let's get it on. Yeah, 100%.
I would quite happily watch that. Even if they said we're going to do it again at Survivor Series, I would quite happily say
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
This would be great. My question for you, actually, I just thought of.
Yeah.
Would you like to see Logan Paul and Gunther, or would you like to see Logan Paul and Seth Rollins?
Ooh, that's a good question. If he was going, if Logan Paul was
If
going
he
to
was
go
gonna
for
go
a mid-card title,
Yeah.
I'm going to say Gunther.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like,
Both would be excellent matches.
Logan Paul versus Gunther for the IC title would be great. I think, although I do think that Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins would be really interesting because I think they would have a really good chemistry with each other.
Yeah.
Because Logan Paul is loud and confident and boisterous and everything else, which is very much what Seth Rollins is as well.
Yeah.
Loud and confident and boisterous. So I think the two of them could have a really good chemistry together. But physically, I think I would like to see the speed and the speed and the agility of Logan Paul up against the strong dominant power of somebody like Gunther. I think that would be brilliant. What would you like to see happen next on the build up to Survivor Series?
I'm excited for this. War Games is a fantastic addition to Survivor Series. 100% big fan of War Games. Let's see what happens. Let's see what teams they put together. I'm really, like, my fantasy booking head is going crazy at the minute with people that they could put in this match. So I'm really, really excited to see what Triple H has got planned. I know from Triple H's NXT War Games matches that he's got some big things planned. Christmas is going to come early and I'm excited. I cannot wait.
Do you think we'll get a men's and a women's War Games?
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, definitely do hope so. I think that both of them could be fantastic. And like I said, Triple H is the guy to get it done. Let's get it done.
Let's get it done. Yeah. My final question, and then we're going to wrap this one up. Okay, if you could use one word to describe Crown Jewel this year, what word would you use?
No, we've got to keep it clean for YouTube. So that kind of throws a spanner in the works. Yeah. To quote The Miz, this Premium Live event was awesome. This was absolutely awesome. I went into it with expectations quite high, and it fulfilled it. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I think 100%. I can't argue with that. I think,
yeah.
Surprisingly awesome.
Surprisingly awesome.
So, I mean, the Crown Jewel cards have always had such bad press in the past. This one,
like I said, I absolutely love. I've always loved WWE, but my passion for the company has just gone exponentially through the roof. Yeah. The past couple of months.
Absolutely.
It's just been absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. So, well done, Triple H.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Great job. And obviously, thank you very much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed the show. Do let us know down below in the comment section what you thought of this. Are you a fan of Logan Paul? Do let us know down below in the comment section. Yeah, do let us know down below in the comment section. And also, actually, do let us know, would you like to see Logan Paul and Gunther, or would you like to see Logan Paul and Seth Rollins? Both really good matches. Let us know what you guys think. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, and we shall see you in the next one.